Okay, guys. Hey, what's up? So I'm gonna wait for you guys to come back to this stream because I just signed off on the other one. Let me get my. Yep. So I hope Classy B will come back. I don't want to say your name because my little boy's sitting right here. Hold on, let me set my phone up. Because, you know, guys, I got this rigged up. Okay, so let's talk about Charles because, you know, Charles, I think he's mad at me, but I don't really talk to him. But he used to follow me on Instagram. And one day I came into one of his streams. First of all, my name's Nicole. I am a recovering drug addict. I have been sober since July 13th, 2015. I do utilize medically assisted treatment because I am on Suboxone and I have been for 3 years. I work a 12-step program and I try to give back what was so freely given to me by helping others by making videos about my recovery and my experiences. If you think you would be interested in following me, subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell notification. Okay, there we go. Okay, girl, I had to get that out of the way. So, you know why it makes me upset? Why it saddens me? I don't even know if it makes me sad. It makes me mad because he knows. He is well aware of what it takes to be in recovery. And what he does is what I have seen so far, because I haven't been watching all his videos, but I try to kind of catch them maybe once a week. I'll chime in and see a video that he uploads, but I don't follow him closely like I used to. I used to follow him real close whenever he was the vegan cheetah, and he was, hey Byron, when he was the vegan cheetah and before he got with Elena, I used to follow him in his journey because he was living with his dad. He was really trying to do the right thing. I felt like when he was staying in his dad's house and connected with his brother, that he was a lot more grounded, and I feel like he needs to be where his family is at. I don't feel like being in LA or Las Vegas or wherever he's at is healthy for his recovery at all. You know, I know for me, and I think that me and Charlie have a lot in common with our addiction. I feel like the reason I used drugs and alcohol was because, you know, I felt like it helped me be better. I felt like I fit in better and I was cooler. And once I really just started to like the way it made me feel, you know, and I just didn't want to stop because I liked getting high, or I liked the way, you know, opiates made me feel. And, you know, meth made me feel. And I see that he kind of like was sober for a little bit and then relapsed on heroin and then started dabbling in methamphetamines. And I'm going to tell you right now, like when you start shooting meth, it will take your life. It will fuck you up so bad. You will lose your mind. And I feel like that's what's happening, or what happened to Charles. Now, I have been following him and seeing that the other day on his Instagram, I saw that he uploaded a picture of all his drug screens for the last like 10 months or so, but he left out October and November's, you know, and so I thought that was strange. Like, why did he leave those out? If he's been sober the whole time, then why did he leave out those 2 months? You know, maybe he had a lapse and he doesn't want to, you know, admit it. But the thing about it is when you're on social media and you have openly admitted that you have an addiction, it's just important to stay transparent and let people know, like, hey, I messed up, you know, and this is how it happened. You know, he could do so much more with his channel and help so many people if he would work the 12 steps and get his ego in check. Because what happens is he lets that, like, people kind of following him and the girls that think he's hot or whatever, he lets those people get into his mind, and he actually, like, it's kind of almost, it's like a sickness, I think. He has to realize that, like, these people that are sending him, like, little tips or money or whatever, they don't really care about him. You know what I mean? And he's just like a Kool-Aid. He's just a taste in the rainbow for right now. And whenever, you know, whatever he's doing right now that's interesting, that everybody loses sight of, then he'll just be, you know, it's like he's searching for this outside. And that's what it is he is getting enabled by his viewers who are sending him money and who are sending him the little tips on his live streams. I don't really know how all that works because I am in recovery. I find it wrong to take donations from people that follow me. The only way I would be able to do that is if I was giving you a good or a service like t-shirts or some kind of, you know, work in exchange for it. And that's just because when I learned in my recovery that, you know, those things that are given to me like that, I don't appreciate those things. You know, I take those things for granted. I feel like that's what is happening with Charles. He has learned how to manipulate a certain side of his audience, these women. And these are the women that are codependent. These are the women who want to fix men or who get with boyfriends who have no vehicles, no jobs, and then buy them all the stuff. Charles has tapped into that. And you know what? It's because he's a con artist, just like all drug addicts are. We all are con artists, you know what I mean? And that's how I know that he's not being serious about his sobriety and his recovery, because he is still exhibiting these con man antics on his channel. You know, like for him to be real deal recovery and like really trying to do the damn thing, he would have to change the way he acts, because he has gotten to this point where all these women that follow his channel, because I know there's no dude sending him money, you know what I mean? All these women that follow his channel, he has manipulated them into believing that oh, poor me, I just keep coming up on these hard breaks. But no, not at all. Classy bitch, listen to me, girl. Taking Suboxone is like the bare minimum of recovery. And I know this because I've been on it I have had to work my ass off to change my old ways. I was just like Charles, for real. I was just like him. I'm talking about Charles Marlowe right now. I was talking about Charles Gross earlier, and Clean Bodies. Classy Bitch just came on my live stream that I was on earlier about Charles and his rehab stint, and she said, what do I think about Charles? And I was like, oh, hey, well, let's talk about him. I'll start a new stream just dedicated to him. So, you guys, and that's the thing, like, I followed him strong for a long time, and I was probably one of his biggest cheerleaders because I wanted him to be better. I wanted him to want more for himself and want more for his life. You know what I mean? But what I see through it. I see the manipulation, and he gets so angry at me. Like, I commented on one of his streams about 3 months ago, and I said, stop manipulating everybody, Charles. Like, that's what you're doing. And I see through it because that's what we do as drug addicts. When we're not working when we are not taking time to work on ourselves on the inside and really address the core issues of why we use drugs and alcohol to change the way we feel. Why does Charles feel inadequate? Why does he feel insecure? Why does he have to work out all the time? It's because he feels like he's not good enough. Why does he needs to process what happened to his mother? He needs to process the fight that he went through with his brother. Like, he has so many things that he has gone through openly here on social media that I've seen him just stuff down and not ever process them or go through them. And it's impossible to process and go through these things in your life if you have a social media and you have a YouTube channel and not address it or talk about it. Like, I go through so much on a daily basis just trying to stay clean and sober from meth and cocaine and Xanax and all these different drugs that I loved to do. You know, Suboxone doesn't cure your addiction. And a lot of people Because the disease of addiction is like an allergic reaction. Some of us have it, some of us don't. Just like when you get stung by a bee, you might be allergic to it and go into anaphylactic shock. And when I get stung by a bee, it don't faze me. I just get a little swollen. That's how addiction is. Some people have it inside of them and some people don't. Charlie has it inside of him. So maybe taking Suboxone is making that obsession come to the forefront for other drugs. And I've seen that happen with some people where they'll be on Suboxone and then they'll want to shoot meth all the time, or they'll want to take Xanax all the time. And that makes me worry for him, because if he's not doing any inward therapy or any like kind of, he doesn't even have to do 12 steps. Yes, or they'll want to do Xanax. And that's my big thing, is like whenever I think about using, it's always about Xanax. It's always like, I need to get me some, but I haven't acted on it, because what I've done is I've practiced playing the tape all the way through. And I know like Charles will watch this video and he'll be like, oh, that's just a bunch of rehab talk, blah, 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 blah. That's what they tell you in treatment. You guys, I have been in my active addiction was 13 years of shooting dope, okay? 13 years of snorting cocaine, snorting Xanaxes, smoking pot. Like, and I've been to my fair share of treatments. I've been to 5 rehabs and I've been to prison 1 time. But I know what works. And the main keystone to recovery that I have not seen Charlie take heed of is honesty. You gotta get honest, most of all, with yourself. You gotta say, you know what? I can't get high no more. As bad as I want to get fucked up, I can't use drugs anymore. Ever again. And it's a huge, huge, huge undertaking to accept that. To accept that you can't use anymore ever again, and that you basically are mourning your drug, or mourning, because what we think when we're in our addiction, we think, oh, we're having so much fun, we're just kicking it, we're just partying. No person in their right mind shoots methamphetamine. Hey Ken, no person in their right mind shoots heroin and then says, oh, I'm just having a good time, I'm just playing, I'm just kicking it. No, you don't feel good about yourself. You don't love yourself, and that's why you're killing yourself. Okay? Honesty with ourselves is so important. And I feel like Charles hasn't taken that step into the honesty, you know? And that's what he has to do. Like, in order for him to truly recover, he's going to have to just... You remember when he first started out back in 3 years ago, when he would come on and he would do a video and you could tell, like, he really meant what he said. It came across as genuine and not rehearsed, not manipulated. Yeah, you know why? Because whenever you're calling somebody out that's doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, they're automatically going to get defensive. It's just what we do. You know what I mean? And it's sad. You know, this isn't like a call out video for Charles Marlowe or anything. This is just, like, I hope he sees and realizes that he has people that actually want to help him in his recovery and actually care about him. And that, like, is this what you want to make your life, man? Do you want to just keep shooting dope? Ken, send me a new one then. Do you want to just keep shooting dope? Or keep relapsing, or keep dating girls that are toxic, you know? Because, like, you could be so much more. You have such charisma and such an awesome personality. You could, like, right now, isn't he, like, between houses and he's kind of house hopping? Like, I remember being like that. Okay, good. Get your welfare check. I remember when I used to house hop. I love you too. And sleep from couch to couch, you guys. Damn, you know, and listen, classy bitch, maybe this is what has to happen for Charles to get serious. I'm not subscribed to Will's channel. I actually don't even know what his channel's name is. If you could tell me what it is so I can go to it. But we have to pull together as a community in recovery, and we need to help him. And that's the thing, like, instead of, Charlie, if you see this video, instead of taking this as an attack on your character, take this as people who are actually concerned about your well-being and want you to be sober, man. We want you to have a good life, and I don't want con artist Charlie, you know? I don't want manipulation Charlie. I don't want meth-induced coma Charlie. You know, you have so much potential, and you could do so much more with your channel if you would just get involved in your recovery. And don't tell me, oh, I've tried it, I've done this, I've done that. See, I knew it. I can tell because I used to do it, and you get real gaunt, and you come on with these, like, ideas that are out of the, because I used to hallucinate seeing shit when I was high on meth that was not there. And, but you can tell now that, I mean, you can tell now because I'm a chunky thing, but I'm not shooting dope, you know, because I'm healthy. I'm telling you right now, like, if Charles doesn't get serious about his recovery, he's going to die. And we're going to read about him being dead. You know what I mean? It's just unfortunate because we can't want it more than him. I will, Ken. What key? You did? Is it in the front door? Or is it on the counter by the smell good? It does work. Yes, I thought helicopters were riding them. And it does. Listen, Ken, if you could just take on, like, there is probably, Ken, but you also have people that you confide in, like me, that you can talk to when you know you're going through it. Like, you got to find one person that you can tell anything to that isn't going to judge you, that isn't going to say, you know what, I'm embarrassed to be your friend. Like, who's not, that's what it's about whenever you're trying to stay sober, is you need accountability. And right now, I feel like Charles is just, he is lost. He is just out there, lost as lost can be. We are watching a downward spiral for him. We are watching Charles Marlowe's rock bottom happen in front of our faces. And he's trying to maintain some kind of dignity while it's happening by uploading and stuff like that. But if Will, you know, made that video saying he was getting high in his house and he kicked him out, then, I mean, it's only a matter of time before he either ODs and ends up in the hospital and dies, you know, or gets in trouble by the police. It's all coming down on him. And it's been happening for months. Like, I literally watched Charlie go from having a nice apartment, having himself, you know, together, to, even though he had Crazy Girl, they were making some kind of something work. And maybe, you know what, he was probably using her for everything she had. A car, a little bit of money, and they were both just getting high as hell, killing each other. And I've been in relationships like that, you know. No one needs to send him money right now. He needs to be homeless and realize that he has to get his ass in line. He needs to call his dad, and he needs to say, Dad, I fucked up. I need help. You know? And go back to the people who really love and care about him, because these people on YouTube don't give a shit about you. I wonder what it would be like to have to put up that show all the time, like you're okay. I wonder how hard it must be for him to feel like he has to be on, you know, and show everybody that his life is good or whatever, or just making videos. Like, it's either like he truly is just so sick, or he is one of the most egotistical, manipulative, narcissist human beings I've ever met in my life. Because there's no way that he doesn't realize that he is in shit right now if he's homeless. Like, whenever I lost my home and my car, and I sat there on the side of the road, you know why? Because him making amends would actually mean him having to admit that he has failed. But that's okay. Rock bottom is the foundation that we build our recovery on. And maybe this is exactly where he needs to be. Whoever sees this video, if anybody that follows Charlie sees this video and you're enabling him and sending him money, stop right now. Stop it. You are going to help kill him. Let him be homeless. Let him be where he's at, because that will help him in the long run. I'm telling you guys right now, this isn't tough love. This isn't like me being just a hater or whatever. Like, this is somebody who's speaking from experience. I've been there, and I have literally watched my husband's family enable him in the same way that Charlie's friends are, or whoever they are. And it took my husband losing everything for him to realize that, you know what, I got to get my life right. And I just feel like I know Charlie because I've watched him for so long. And I feel like I know that deep down inside, he's so insecure. And he is full of fear. And he hates himself. I know that he probably thinks I'm 36 years old. And look what, I have nothing. I know I did. That's how I think that he feels. I really do. I think he thinks that, well, might as well do it. I've fucked up all this long. And that's the thing, like, we have to get out of that negative mindset, and we have to realize that there's always time to change and make improvements and do better and not fuck it. There's people who want to see you succeed in your life and do well. So get your head out of your ass, Charles Marlowe. And if you want to follow, some good recovery channels, reach out to me, man. Give me message me over there on Instagram. I know we follow each other, and I will point you in the right direction, man. I got a lot of really good people in the recovery community who would be willing to sponsor you and help you work through the steps. But just know that, like, us drug addicts who have been there, we see what's going on with you, man. And we're not going to sit here and sugarcoat it and kiss your ass. Like, we're going to tell you like it is. And if that means you get mad and angry, then so be it. I'd rather have a mad and angry Charles Marlowe than a dead Charles Marlowe. So get your life together, man. Reach out for help. If you need help, message me. I'm on Suboxone. I understand. I know what it's like. Okay? Stop being an asshole. Stop being stubborn. And get at your girl. Okay, girl, I'm going to go do it right now. Hey, message me on Instagram. Here, I'll put my Instagram handle in the comments. It's at Nicole Pludre. I don't know how to do it. Anyway, message me and we'll talk. But I'm going to go watch it right now. And like I said, Charles, this is not a video talking about how we hate you. We are concerned for your well-being, and we want you to get help. Okay? All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.